Now let us look at the product component of our marketing mix. So what are the important concepts that we need to learn about the product component? So first thing that we have to learn is that the product benefits to the customers are not the same, may not be the same as the product features that you may have designed. So whenever we are designing the product features, it has to be matching with the benefits benefits that the customers are perceiving or are requesting. So whenever we are deciding the amenities, the features in the guest rooms, the services that we are providing need to be matching with the customer expectations. So in the first thing that we understand about the marketing orientation approach is the customer centric. We need to understand the customer's problem first, and then we design the solutions. So the product has to serve the customers. The features that we are deciding in our product or services has to match with the customer's demand. If the customer expectation is to have a fast response, fast check-in, fast delivery, then we have to provide that benefit instead of a fine dining where we are doing meal course by course serving. If the requirement from the customer is to have personalized services, then we cannot provide the very fast check-in, and then the customer's experience is destroyed. So we have to match the customer benefit and the expectations what they are making. So its emphasis, the emphasis here is on how we are solving the customer problem. When the when anybody traveler or the business traveler or the family traveler or leisure traveler is coming on to the property, they have certain expectations, they have certain mood that they want to they are coming here. They may be coming to meet the people, they may be coming to relax, they may be coming to have fun with the people, they may be coming to explore the city. So the expectations of the features in the guest rooms or in the service are entirely different. So we need to understand what kind of problems that our customers are willing to solve, and our features, our SOPs, our benefits, amenities need to follow the same thing. Now the other concept that we have in the product part is the product life cycle. Every product, every service have its life cycle. So the life cycle looks like this. It's starting from the introduction. In the time, the sales and profit during the introduction time would be minimal. Then there is a growth phase, then there is a maturity phase, declining phase, and then finally the dying phase. Services also are similar, it's not different. The hospitality services, whenever there is a new concept, initially the adoption of the concept is very little, and then there is a growth phase. When the express check-in, express things were in the theme, they were not that very featured. Then there was a growth phase, and then a maturity, and now it's probably in the declining phase already. Similarly, when we are now, the lot of hotels are implementing the artificial intelligence, smart rooms. So they are in the introduction phase at the moment because it's new. They will reach the growth stage and the maturity, and then the further decline, especially when the new type of benefits are coming, new type of features are coming into the hospitality space. So we have to be aware of the product life cycle that we are going to provide, what kind of services we are providing to the people. Now especially in the current situation where the crisis is happening, the business travel is hampering, the peoples are more and more are getting distributed teams, so there may be not enough travel as used to be. The traders, and with the advent of electronic marketing, electronic business, delivery business, people's business related travels is reducing in the size. Mostly people nowadays travel to, when they have to travel to meet in the personal, to attend the seminar, to attend conferences, to attend even those nowadays are moving to online space. So unless the physical interaction is required, people nowadays are avoiding the travel to save the cost, to have more efficiency, save the time. So that is impacting the hospitality services. So hospitality services are evolving to provide multiple services in one setting. Be it a resort or be it a business hotel, you cannot focus on one type of product. Otherwise we may be into the same product life cycle phase: introduction, growth, maturity and decline, unless we are keep on offering new products and services all the time. So innovation is a very important. How long is the phase is not a matter of discussion at the moment, because it depends on the features or the benefits that we are providing. The other thing is marketing and sales efforts are different at each stage. In the initial introductory stage, the marketing messages and the effort of marketing are the highest. In the growth phase, the message is different and the efforts are also higher. In the mature stage is more on the maintaining the business levels. In the declining phase, the messaging is different, and also the efforts are on just to keep the momentum, keep rather than trying to increase the business, because the more you push, the decline has to happen. So the benefits, the marketing, the discounts are more, but it also affect the profitability in that sense when we are on the declining stage. So the marketing is different and the sales efforts are different at each stage of the marketing. So we need to see what kind of benefits we are providing and what is the life cycle stage of the services that we are providing in the hospitality space. Product adoption behaviors are also different for different type of products. So product adoption behavior are usually the innovative services in the hospitality space. For example, the artificially intelligent, the smart rooms, the key cards which are used by the mobile system. So they are new products, new innovative features in the hospitality. The adoption is different. So the adoption stages can be categorized as innovators. So there are about 2.5 or 13% of the peoples who will be adopting the new technology in the initial phase. Then there are early majority, where the 34% of the customers would probably be estimating at the early stage. Then there are the rest of the half of the customers would be in the late or laggard fields. When the product is already established, there are enough people who have taken. So there are customers there are different type of customers who may be in the innovators, who may be in the early adopters, who may be the early majority, who may be the late, or who may be the laggards. So we need to understand in what type of customers we are focusing, what type of customers we are serving. Are our customers innovator or early adopters? If yes, we may be innovating the new products. If our customers are mostly late majority, then we have to wait for the new innovative products to settle down first, and then we implement those products. If let's say there are new technology, for example the get entry by the mobile phones, if our customers are mostly laggards and late, which are usually the older peoples and also the middle-aged peoples, we may, even if we adopt it immediately, we may not see a lot of adoption. So it depends on when we have to accept or implement the new innovations. Depends on what are our major customers. Are they early innovators? Are they late majority or the laggards? So we have to understand our customers, and then we adopt the innovative products. The individuals, there are certain individual factors which also depend on the product. So if the product that we are offering has a comparatively clear advantage, relative advantage over other products, it is going to have a more adoption. The easier it is, the less complex the transaction is, the less complex the product is, the higher adaptability it will have. If the new product is compatible with existing devices, existing infrastructure, it has a higher adoption ratio in the early parts, but it may have and is less complex, then it's gonna have a early adoption. It also depends on the communicability, how easy we can share with the peoples, the benefits, how we are going to explain the benefits of it. If we see the benefit in certain things and we want to share with the peoples, how easy is that going to be? How easy the hotel is making its product and services to be shared among the other features. The more easier it is, the word of mouth will spread, the adoption rate will increase. An example of early adopters is the Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. their adoption rate was very fast because they were easy to communicate, easy to use, compatible on the existing mobile phones, the smartphones, whenever with the advent of smartphones. So it was much easier for people to share the features of these benefits of the products, services. So the adoption rate was quite high. Similarly, our hospitality industry, when we are adopting any new features, new benefits, if the customers are able to communicate it easier, if their the benefits are clear and not complex to adopt, they will have a much higher adoptability.